Hello children, this is Rosalind Madam and today we are going to start with the third chapter of Standard 8, Migration and Urbanization. So migration, as we have already studied in the previous chapter, it means the movement of people from one place to another. And urbanization refers to the increasing number of people that lives in urban areas, which means the movement of people more and more towards big towns and cities. Now here the definition of migration is given. The movement of people from one place to another for different purposes is known as migration. It can be temporary or permanent. What is temporary migration? Daily, annual and seasonal movement of people from one place to another is called temporary migration. It means when people move from one place to another for a certain time period and again they come back. That is temporary migration. Permanent migration, when people migrate permanently from one place to another, it is called permanent migration. Now, migrants. The person who is migrating from one place to another is known as migrant. Our next topic is pull and push factors of migration. The urban areas have good employment opportunities, transport, industries, mining, trade, etc., which act as a pull factor. That means the pull factor areas attract more and more people towards itself by providing good employment opportunities, transport, trade, mining, etc. On the other hand, push factor areas are not well developed and these areas push their people to migrate to areas which have good facilities. Now, modes of migration. Migration can take place within a country or between two countries. When migration takes place within a country, it is called national migration, and when it takes place between two countries, it is known as international migration. Then migration can be categorized into four types. See this figure 3.5. First is rural to urban areas, that means people moving from villages to cities. Then from urban to urban areas, that means people moving from small towns and cities to big towns and cities. Then rural to rural, here you can see people moving from very small villages to bigger villages. Then urban to rural, that means people when they move from cities to rural areas, it is urban to rural. Then causes of migration, here you can see there are four main causes of migration why people move from one place to another. First is employment, marriage, education, lack of security. So here employment, people migrate in large numbers from rural areas to urban areas in search of employment opportunities. Urban areas offer employment in various sectors that include trade, commerce, transport services, industries, etc. Next is marriage. It is a social factor of migration. The girls have to migrate to their in-laws' house after marriage. Then for higher education, urban areas are floated with a variety of educational institutions. To get higher education, people move towards the cities. Then lack of security. The last cause of migration is inter-ethnic conflicts, and so political disturbances push rural people to urban areas. In cities, they feel safe and secure under proper law and order. Consequences of migration. So migration has both positive as well as negative consequences or impact. First, people migrate from one area to another for economic gains and benefits. So it is positive effect. Second, migration is responsible for the unbalanced demographic distribution of population. in migration areas are densely populated while out migration areas are sparsely populated. It means more people come towards in migration areas and more people go out from out migration areas. Third, it also affects the age and sex composition of population of both the areas, that is in migration and out migration. Next, migration also enhances unity and diversity. It is a positive consequence. Migrants are the good agents of social change as they bring new ideas, customs and culture of their native areas. Now we are coming to an important topic, that is brain drain. When the highly skilled and well educated people leave their own country to work in a foreign country, it is called brain drain. Now it is a big problem, especially for developing countries like India, when more and more highly educated, highly skilled people, they go to other countries for better job opportunities and lifestyle. So it creates a big problem for developing countries. See here, brain drain has become one of the serious consequences for developing countries as these countries lose their most educated and talented workers. These workers contribute their expertise for the economic development of other countries, and the country left by them can suffer serious economic hardships. So this is the problem. And what is the solution here? The government should take adequate steps to reduce the problem of brain drain in order to stimulate the economic activities. Now we are coming to our next topic, that is urbanization. See definition here. Urbanization is the process to become urban or moving to the cities. In this process, the population shift from rural to urban areas. Urbanization is closely related to the industrialization. Urban areas are usually thought to be centers of business, commerce, industry, etc. So when people move from rural areas and settle in cities and towns, it is called urbanization. And urbanization or urban areas, big cities, they provide number of economic activities to its people like business, industry, commerce, etc. Now positive and negative impact of urbanization. See here, positive impact. It increases economic activities, it boosts local culture, services and shops become more accessible. Negative impact, it leads to unemployment. It causes serious health hazard. That means when more and more people come from rural areas to cities, then it creates unemployment problem. They have to live in slums and unhygienic conditions, which creates health hazards, and it also increases water pollution. Our last topic is smart city. See, a smart city is a concept of urban development to integrate internet, information and communication technology in a secured fashion to manage the city's asset. That means in smart cities, the use of information technology is used to manage the public utilities so that it can give a decent lifestyle to its people. See here, the main aim behind the concept of smart city is to provide core infrastructure and decent quality of life to its citizens. Paris, New York, Hong Kong, Vienna, Toronto, London, Tokyo, etc. are the examples of world's top smart cities. Now come to question answer. First question, define the term migration. For this answer, come to page 41. Mark definition here. The movement of people from one place to another for different purposes is known as migration. Next question, who are migrants? Same page 41, first paragraph. The person who is migrating from one place to another is known as migrant. Third question. What do you mean by permanent migration? Same page 41. When people migrate permanently from one place to another, it is called permanent migration. Name the 4 types of migration. For this answer, come to page 42. Write this answer from figure 3.5. Types of migration: rural to urban, urban to urban, rural to rural, and urban to rural. What is a smart city? Come to page 44. A smart city is a concept of urban development to integrate internet, information and communication technology in a secured fashion to manage the city's asset. This much. Now, short answer type question. First question, write a note on the push and pull factors. Come to page 41. The urban areas have good employment opportunities, transport, industries, mining, trade, etc., which act as a pull factor. They act as a magnet to attract the people of push areas. Push factor areas are not well developed. They face adversities like unemployment, hunger, crime, starvation, etc. Thus, these areas push their people to migrate to the areas which have good facilities. Question 2b. Discuss the negative effect of urbanization. Come to page 44. Negative impact of urbanization. 3 points you'll write. It leads to unemployment. It causes serious health hazards. Water pollution increases. Next, what are the different modes of migration? Page 42, first paragraph, modes of migration. Migration can take place within a country or between two countries. The migration within a country is called the national migration, while the migration that takes place between two countries is known as international migration. Next, describe any 3 consequences of migration. Page 43. Consequences of migration. Start from second line. The major consequences of migration are: first point, people migrate from one area to another for economic gains and benefits. Second point, migration is responsible for the unbalanced demographic distribution of population. Third point, it also affects the age and sex composition of people of both in migration and out migration areas. Fourth point, migration also enhances unity in diversity. This much. 4 points. Now, long answer type question. First question, explain the major causes of migration. Page 42. The causes of migration are: first point, unemployment. People migrate in large number from rural areas to urban areas in search of employment opportunities. Urban areas offer employment in various sectors that include trade, commerce, transport services, industries, etc. Second point, marriage. It is a social factor of migration. The girls have to migrate to their in-laws' house after marriage. Third point, education. Urban areas are flooded with variety of educational institutions. To get higher education, people move towards the cities. Fourth point, lack of security. Inter-ethnic conflict and political disturbances push rural people to urban areas. This much. Next question. Brain drain is a serious concern of developing countries. Do you agree with the statement? Substantiate your answer with suitable example. So children, this answer you will be writing. So first you will write, yes, I agree with the statement that brain drain is a serious concern of developing countries. Then you will write these points. First point, provide better job opportunities irrespective of caste, creed, race and or nationality. Second point, promote people on merit alone. Third point, provide adequate research facilities. Fourth point, improve the quality of our universities and bring them at par with universities in Europe and America. Last point, provide attractive salaries to highly qualified people on the basis of their qualification and experience. Next question. Give a brief note on smart cities along with their examples. Okay, come to page 44. Again you will mark here. A smart city is a concept of urban development to integrate internet information and communication technology in a secure fashion to manage the city's asset. Then continue. The main aim behind the concept of smart city is to provide core infrastructure and decent quality of life to its citizens. Paris, New York, Hong Kong, Vienna, Toronto, London, Tokyo, etc. are the examples of world's top smart cities. Last question. What steps should be taken to stop brain drain? Children, please write the points which I have given for 3B for this answer. 3B. By mistake I have given it. So please change. And for 3B, you please mark the answer in page 43. This is long question. 3B answer here. Page 43, second last paragraph. Brain drain has become one of the serious concerns for developing countries as these countries lose their most educated and talented workers. These workers contribute their expertise for the economic development of other countries, and the country left by them can suffer serious economic hardships. Please change it. Now, true and false. International migration takes place within a country. False. Delhi is a smart city. True. Education is a push factor. True. Migration takes place due to the lack of facilities. True. Brain drain is good for India. False. Match the following. Brain drain. Movement of skilled and educated people. Next, migration after marriage, girls. C, unemployment, push factor. Peace and stability, pull factor. And last one, Tokyo, smart city of Japan. Now, revision assignment. These questions we have already done. See, urbanization. Come to page 44. Mark it here. Urbanization is a process to become urban or moving to the cities. In this process, the population shift from rural to urban areas. Urbanization is closely related to industrialization. Next, answer the following question. What do you know about brain drain? Come to page 43. When the highly skilled and well educated people leave their own country to work in foreign country, it is called brain drain. Next, discuss the consequences of urbanization. For consequences of urbanization, come to page 44, and for this answer you will be writing both positive impacts of urbanization and negative impacts of urbanization and their 3 points. That's all for this chapter. Thank you.